Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles.
I'm Jacob Mason.
I'm Jim Gum.
And I'm Andy Morris. Tune in to The Drive on ESPN Cleveland 101.3 weekdays from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
From the Kia of Cleveland Studios, this is ESPN Cleveland 101.3, WCLE HD2 Cleveland, W267BI Cleveland, ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making the top of your house the best it can be. Visit bestbuymetalroofing.com.
It's time for The Drive on ESPN Cleveland 101.3, presented by Hardee's. We will bring you nonstop sports news from the national and local scene and everything in between. So buckle up and join in on the conversation. It's The Drive.
Don't take no style. Got a thirst for killing.
Welcome back to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Always excited to be here with you, especially now this week. It's the first week of high school football season, and we are in our 2-hour show format. So do not be confused. Once again, it is 4 o'clock. It is now time for The Drive, going till about as close to 6 o'clock as we can get, Jim Gum.
Yeah, we're getting a good tan while we're out here, aren't we?
It is nice and toasty. There's no doubt about that.
This is the guy, though, right here to my left, who says, Jim, I love the hot weather. We'll just see about that here in about 2 hours.
I'll be honest with you. I've already got my cold drink in my hand. If I could take my shirt off and just kind of lean back in some like swimming trunks or something, some board short type deal, then I'd be fine. I'd be tanning. I'd be okay. But when I've got the hot polo on, the Mix 1041 polo, and I'm sweating and having a look at you, I tell you what, it just makes it worse, doesn't it?
It definitely does, man.
Our viewers are lucky today because we do not have the video feed on. They don't have to stare at these ugly mugs.
Sweat pouring down and everything.
You'd send me over here drying off with a towel, but it is very, very warm out here. Warm's not, shouldn't even be used in that sentence. It's extremely hot out here.
Yeah, but we're out here for a good reason. High school football kicks off tonight. Cleveland at Walker Valley. And I'm telling you, Andy, I have a sneaky suspicion this is going to be an outstanding football game because I think that Cleveland's improved enough that they can play with just about everyone. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I'm getting some good vibes from Coach Brown. So, and we all know what Drew's got going on here at Walker Valley. So I'm expecting a football game that's going to be decided in the fourth quarter.
So, and I'll say this. When you want to talk about someone who has things right, of course, it's Cleveland at Walker Valley tonight. I'll tell you who's got it right. Damon Floyd has it right. He's at home in the air conditioner. He's going to have this game on Mixed TV, which, of course, you'll be able to listen to us on both Cleveland's Mix 1041 broadcast and then Walker Valley's on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1.
And ESPN.
That's right.
We're simulcasting, yeah.
That's right. So I believe both Walker Valley feeds are going to be on ESPN.
That's
Cleveland
correct.
101.3
That's
and
correct.
Cleveland's Oldies.
That's correct.
And then, of course, the Cleveland feed on Mix 1041. But the Mixed TV broadcast is always a treat. Stephen Shelton, Steve Hartline anchoring that down tonight. Yep. They do a great job. But Coach Floyd's got it right because he's watching that on one screen, and he said he's going to have the ESPN feed of Baylor and Brentwood Academy on the other one. So
he'll have that on ESPN too.
Oh, is it ESPN 2?
It is ESPN
okay.
2, nationally televised, man.
Yeah, so that's what he's going to be doing. So if you talk about a head coach who's got it right tonight, it's him. But we're yet to see which one for Walker Valley or Cleveland is going to have things right. But we're just hours away from kickoff. And I have a feeling that this is going to be a little bit of a back-and-forth game early.
Oh, I do too.
And late in the game, who's in better condition? Who is acclimated to this heat that we're dealing with? Because it's going to be hot all night long.
There could be cramping going on. That could play a factor. So hydration, I'm sure. And listen, if you haven't begun hydrating now, it's too late now. You have to do that all day long in preparation for a night game like this in the heat like this. So I'm sure the training staffs, and I think they both got very, very quality, training staffs have probably been on these players. Listen, they've been practicing in this heat. They know what happens if you're not hydrated. I'm sure if they've cramped up in practice, they're like, I can't let this happen to me in a game. So hopefully both teams are ready to go.
I'll tell you who I really hope is hydrated tonight, and it's both athletic directors, because I've already seen Mike Turner needs to be more hydrated than anybody out here. I've seen him running all around the place, making sure he's got his bag policy sign up at the gate. So if you are coming to the game here at the MAC at Walker Valley, make sure if you're bringing the purse and stuff, it's got to be the clear bag policy. They do accept the clutches, ladies, so that have those small clutches that has your driver's license, money, credit card, and all that in it. They allow that. But, yeah, Mike Turner, he's been all over the place, and it's just now 4:04. And I was laughing walking in because I told him, I said, hey, Coach, go give my wife a hard time, because she made sure. She said, hey, I got my clear bag so Coach Turner doesn't get on to me. That was the first thing she said when we were walking through the gates. And I said, hey, go give her a hard time. And so he did me a solid and went and told her and said, hey, I need to check that clear bag, and fired her up. But, yeah, so it's going to be a great atmosphere, Jim. That's one thing specifically in this game that – especially in the past 5 years, this has been a very close series. Cleveland's won 3 of the last 5. Walker Valley winning the most recent. So this is all stuff we're going to dive into in our pregame broadcast as well. But this game isn't necessarily a meaningful when it comes to your postseason or your region. Everyone wants to be the region champ. We understand that.
It's a measuring stick,
but it is, because these are such quality programs. And everyone's saying, well, Cleveland's coming off of a 1-9 season. Well, let me tell you something. Coach Brown, last year, that was the foundation. This team is fired up and excited to make the trip up here tonight. And I know with Coach Akins, we talked to him on Tuesday, the exact same thing. There's some new blood getting some opportunities for Walker Valley, and they want to make a statement early. So this game, although it doesn't have postseason implications, there's a lot of meaning behind it. And
what was Walker Valley's final record last year after the postseason? So, you remember what it was?
I believe, and
including the postseason results. So, I couldn't remember what that was.
I believe it was 8-4, if I'm correct. I'm looking right here, and last season, they finished 8-4 with that.
So they were 7-3 in the regular season, right?
Yes.
And they won 1 and lost 1 in the postseason.
Yes,
that's what I thought.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, they played Tullahoma, which was a common opponent with them in Cleveland last year. Right. They played Tullahoma, beat them in the first round of the playoffs, and then we called the game up at Sevier County, where eventual state runner-up Sevier County Smoky Bears.
Yeah. So I thought that was it, but I wanted to confirm that with you. But it doesn't matter. Listen, last year's records are meaningless to a certain point. I mean, listen, if you got a bunch of dudes coming back from a team that was very successful, you probably evaluate that. But, man, Walker Valley lost some key guys. Some guys that they really relied on last year.
This is going to seem like the first time in 10 years that you haven't heard Roman Yulo's name on a Thursday night. In this case, Roman, of course, is graduated, moved on with that senior class. It was very impressive for Walker Valley last year. But there's some other guys on this team for Walker Valley, specifically at that position, wide receiver. Luke Hayden, who's about 6'6". He's a tall young man. He's going to go up and attack the football. Cleveland, I like the matchups. They've got some really good athletic defensive backs, so I think we're in for a treat tonight. I really do.
I'm so glad that we're out here, and of course, you're going to be calling the game on the Cleveland side, and I'm filling in doing the Walker Valley broadcast, and excited about that. So
I want to be transparent about this. So,
oh Lord,
and you know this, and so do our listeners, most of them. But I've been calling Walker Valley football for the last 8 seasons, and I've been up in this press box calling every home game, and so what I'm trying to get at now.
You're trying to make excuses when that.
No, I've got to make sure that tonight, that when I'm calling this game, and you can ask Jacob this. Jacob and I, for the past 7 seasons, have been calling Walker Valley together, but I've always tried to call an accurate, fair game. I've not tried to be a homer. Now, of course, you want to get excited when the home team, the team you're calling for, does something. So my biggest thing is I don't want to be excited all night long. I want to call it neutral. I want to make sure I'm keeping the Cleveland listeners happy on Mix 104.1 because I'm filling in for Terry Evans, keeping his seat warm for him. But it is a Cleveland broadcast. So being here at Walker Valley for week 1 is a little bit of a curveball for me. I'm going to have to try to be patient before I take any big hacks.
I thought you were going to say, Jim, I just know at some point I'm going to say, you're listening to oldies.
That's a possibility.
99.1.
That's a possibility, too.
Because
There's
listen,
no
you
doubt.
get used to stuff like that. So, yeah, you're calling it on the flagship station.
Yeah, the Cleveland Blue Raiders.
Mix 104.1,
See,
yeah.
this is good practice for me.
It is,
That's
man.
exactly
it is
what
for sure.
is.
No doubt about that. But I'm excited about it. I tell you, there's a lot of we're going to get into some other stuff going on in the world of sports. Did you see the home run that Pete Alonso hit that they called foul? Andy, and I'm not a fan of the Orioles. I'm not a Pete Alonso fan. That was ridiculous. And anyone out there that hadn't seen it, he hit a ball that looked like a fair ball. I mean, even from the replays, I thought, that's a fair ball. It was the umpire review. Andy, they called that thing foul anyway.
Well,
I'm sitting there going, how in the world did they call that foul? And that was one of those things where I'm pro replay. Okay, I like the ABS. I like replaying football. I like replaying basketball. Sometimes I think that you can overdo some replay. But yesterday was one of the most egregious no overturns I've ever seen, because on the field they called it a foul ball. And when you look at it, and here's the thing that gets me, is that in Baltimore, that entire foul pole is in fair territory.
Yeah.
The entire thing, except for the very edge, obviously. If it clips it, it's fair ball every time. And they replayed that, and they said that was a foul ball. And that literally cost Orioles a game that they should have won, and the Yankees ended up winning that game. Listen, that could be the difference between the Yankees being in the postseason or not.
And that's one of these things, and I've heard the Braves broadcasters, both the radio and Braves Vision, both talk about this specifically. We have all the tools, all this technology. Why do we not have a camera that is down every single foul pole? Why do we not have a camera?
Or laser up
Exactly.
into the sky.
We have all this technology with a strike zone, and here it is. So they actually, I'm watching the video right now. MLB.com has it up, and you can see the frustration.
Oh, I was frustrated. I'm not an Orioles fan, but when you see a guy that legitimately hit a home run, and first off, Baltimore needs to raise those foul poles.
They do.
Those foul poles are probably too short. But even at that ball was a fair ball.
Oh my gosh,
that was a home. It was a home run.
That is this camera angle right here. This is a no doubter.
It's clearly a foul. A home run, and they called it a foul ball.
But that's my point. If I can sit here and pull this up in 95-degree heat here in Cleveland, Tennessee, and watch this and tell you it's a foul ball, a fair ball,
Yeah.
excuse me. We need to have the technology, just like the ABS system with the balls and strikes. Which some of these are ridiculous. Maybe like a string hanging off the baseball hits the zone and they call it a strike.
Yeah.
Or a stitch, excuse me.
Stitch, yeah.
I had to
the
correct
stitches
myself.
are made of strings, so
That is true.
they're
That is
wound
true.
together. So.
And if it's not stitched, it's hanging, then it's a string.
It's a string.
So I was just trying to avoid the kangaroo court in case Jacob's listening. But
Lord.
in that scenario, why do we not have that down every single line? Third baseline, first baseline, a foul pole to foul pole. Why do we not have that?
And the same. Listen, we know at some point in football season this year, college, the NFL, there's going to be a field goal that's going to be higher than the uprights, and there's going to be a judgment call. You could do the same thing on the uprights. Just put a laser. If it touches the laser, it's no good. If it goes through in between, it's good. But, this stuff drives me crazy, man. But they're the Orioles last night, like I said. This stuff like this. And it's been, I guess I watched it 3 or 4 times today, and I got fired up just watching it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
And anyone who is like me and just does it, I respect the heck out of the history of the New York Yankees, but I don't like the New York Yankees.
I know you don't.
I don't like them.
When the Yankees play the Mets, do you root for one over the other?
When the Yankees play the Mets, I pretend that there's no baseball on. That's my dislike for the New York teams in Major League Baseball.
Oh, man.
No, and typically it just depends. Like I still pull for Max Fried, being a former Atlanta Brave, which of course he's once again back on the IL.
Yep.
But when he pitches for the Yankees, I pull for the guy because he's a good dude. He's a good person, and you know what? When teams aren't willing to make you a deal, sometimes it's out of your control, and you got to go to the best offer. And I can't say that I would do anything any different, but I just something about it. Now, going back to the George Steinbrenner days, it was a lot easier to hate the Yankees than it is now.
Yep.
I don't think you have that same passion from the leadership of the Yankees that you did under George Steinbrenner.
No owner wanted to win more than George Steinbrenner.
Yeah,
and you know what? proof's in the
Not in
pudding.
Major League Baseball. Maybe Al Davis, maybe Jerry Jones.
We just win, baby.
That's it. Just win, baby.
Hey, did you get to listen to any of the drive yesterday?
So I did. I got to listen to. So I actually took a screenshot, and I was about to send it to you and Jacob because I pulled it up on my phone on the YouTube channel, which, by the way, you can listen and watch, except today, but you can listen every single day on the ESPN Cleveland 1013 Facebook page and on the WCLE YouTube page. But I pulled it up, and when I pulled it up, there were 3 cameras on, and Dadgum was in every single camera.
Oh Lord, we tried to avoid that.
So-
People, I don't know how that happened about 3 or 4 times yesterday,
So
and
I
I'm
was
like, we got
trying
to get this, man.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I said, what kind of show are we? What kind of what show are we running here? What's Jim doing? And is he looking good today? Is he proud of himself?
No, I wasn't proud
But
of
I was
myself.
able to pull it up right when Coach Floyd was coming on. I listened to a little bit of the first segment as well. But talk about another game. Bradley at McMinn.
Oh, man.
What an environment that's going to be. That's tomorrow night. You'll be able to catch it once again on mixtv.tv. Watch the live stream. This is tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. And then you'll also catch this guy right here,
Gary
along
and
with
Jim.
Gary.
Yep.
Gary Ownby on ESPN Cleveland 1013. And then, of course, are they simulcasting as well on Mix 1041?
I don't believe they
Okay.
are. I don't believe they are.
Okay.
Now, I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but I was under the impression it was just an ESPN.
So this is what I want to say about that game. We sat at our media day listening to Coach Cagle talk about, well, we only have so many guys on our roster, and we've got low numbers, and we're just trying to keep the main thing the main thing. And he delivered a good message, but he was really downplaying the McMinn County Cherokees. Like, hey, don't put any expectations on us. We're not any good. But I started looking at that roster, some of the names on it. You've my friend Blake Goodner, his son Marshall, a phenomenal athlete for the Cherokees, baseball player as well. If they needed him to do something else, he could probably show up and do it. Just a very athletic kid. Him and his crew, that whole class of kids that I've watched come up from their middle school days all the way now, juniors, seniors. There's some talent on that McMinn County
Of course
Cherokee
there
team.
is.
So do not sleep on them, because I kind of bought in on media. I was like, man, Coach Cagle's going to have a down year this
Do you know,
year.
when I think of McMinn County and Bradley, it reminds me of Tennessee, Alabama. Now, here's the reason I'm saying this. Tennessee's biggest rivalry is Alabama.
Alabama's is Auburn.
Alabama's is Auburn. McMinn County's biggest rivalry is Bradley. Bradley's biggest rival is Cleveland.
Or maybe even Walker Valley.
Or
now.
maybe even Walker
Yes.
Valley. But you listen to those kids, and I think Ryan Felton is the one that asked him, he said, who's the one team you want to beat? To a man, Bradley.
And then the third one said the first 3 games. And you know who those first 3 games are? Bradley, Cleveland, Walker Valley.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you how meaningful that game is to McMinn County. Now, if McMinn Central was a little bit bigger school and they played that every year, that would be a more meaningful
absolutely
game because
would.
of the community aspect like we get here. But that historic matchup between McMinn and Bradley, and I know I've talked a lot of McMinn here, it means so much to them in McMinn County. But on the Bradley side of things, same thing with Coach Floyd. We know what he brings to the table. He coaches ball. It doesn't matter who you put in front of him. I kind of relate him because I watched them both compete as athletes together when they're in high school. But he reminds me of Travis Adams, the Bradley Central baseball coach.
Right.
It doesn't matter what talent he has. He's going to do something with it, and they're going to win.
That's the sign of a good coach right there.
I have that same expectation for Damon Floyd and Bradley football at this point. I know they only got 3 returners on defense. I know they have 1, maybe 2 on offense. I do not care because Coach Floyd shows up each and every year with a squad that's, first of all, ready to hit you on defense, which is a game changer at this level. If you can hit, guys cow down a little bit.
It was so funny because talking to him yesterday, he said prior to Wednesday's practice, he wasn't feeling really good about things. But apparently Wednesday, they had an outstanding practice. So he feels a lot better about his team today than he did this time or 2 days ago, if you will.
Well, I'll say this. His team should feel good because, you know why? They're coached by Damon Floyd. That's what I'm going to say. So,
You're 21.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
That's unreal. And I even remember before he got the job, him telling me, hey, I've applied for the job. I don't know. I'm young.
Oh, I didn't know you knew him back then.
I've known Damon Floyd, Travis Adams, that whole crew since they were wrestling for Turner Jackson and Steve Logsdon as high school athletes at Bradley.
Okay.
Multi-sport athletes, by the way.
Okay.
And talk about some guys that could show up and do just about anything. We're talking about Rumben Yulo and the good Marshall Goodner at McMinn. That's who those guys were. They were multi-sport athletes, and they excelled at every single sport. And that's why I never count out Bradley football,
Yep.
Even when the injuries hit, because someone's going to step up. They're going to encourage someone. They're going to coach someone up. We've seen it with Cook at quarterback.
Oh, yep.
His brother going down, Cash Bandy going down, and he's got opportunity after opportunity.
He's got some experience now.
So now he's a seasoned quarterback, and that is a difference in this offense.
No
for
doubt,
Bradley.
no doubt. I'll tell you what, Andy, let's go ahead and hit our first break. Hey, we come back. I want to ask you a question we talked about yesterday. We're talking about, you saw that Milwaukee beat Seattle 22-0.
Yeah, that was unreal.
What is your most memorable blowout wins and blowout losses? I want to get Andy's take on that because that was. Did you hear Jacob's answer on that?
I did.
Okay.
He brought up some middle school matchups.
Well, and he also brought up a Brave St. Louis Cardinals playoff game.
I remember that.
Lord,
That was
we'll talk about all that stuff when we come back from break. Hey, you're listening to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland, broadcasting live from Walker Valley High School. We'll be back after this.
The Drive will be back after a quick timeout. Stay tuned for more nonstop sports talk on The Drive, presented by Hardee's. It's time for a Don Ledford of Cleveland traffic update on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Don Ledford Chevrolet GMC, located on North Lee Highway in Cleveland. Or visit donledford.com for details. Don Ledford, where we say yes. It's on-time traffic with Commander Chuck.
Good afternoon. Steady flow of traffic spotted here on 24 trying to get up through the Rich Gut. It's busy. No surprise this time of the afternoon with that volume on 24 through Moccasin Bend here at the 27 split. Radar down through North Georgia. It's been on and off. You could see a lot of radar headed towards the weekend on 75, especially in that construction between Bonnie Oaks and Shallowford Road. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is leading the way the world understands, treats, and helps defeat childhood cancer. If you can help these kids, stjude.org. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on.
From the Alon Planning Partners Weather Center.
You can't control the weather, but you can control your financial plan.
Visit them online at alonplanning.com or give them a call at 423-315-1441. Here's your forecast on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
Good Thursday to you, Tennessee Valley. We are monitoring a few showers and storms to our northwest that could clip our northern areas later this morning, but most will stay rain-free. During the early afternoon, we'll climb into the mid-90s with a heat index as high as 105. Then after 4 p.m., we'll have a better chance of showers and storms, some of which could be on the strong side through this evening before things die down tonight. For the latest, be sure to download the Local 3 weather app. I'm Storm Alert meteorologist Clay Smith.
Cityscope Magazine. Beautiful, engaging, uplifting, inspiring. It's that time to relax and enjoy your day. Featuring businesses, sports, entertainment, the arts, homes, fashion, food, and more. Experience the beauty of stunning photography. Enjoy the stories of local men and women, the success of coworkers and friends. Cityscope Magazine. It's that time to relax. It's sure to make your day. See us online or subscribe at cityscopemag.com. Cityscopemag.com. Cityscope Magazine. It's that time to relax and enjoy your day.
Prostate cancer is the most common cancer among American men, and the risk increases with age. At Erlanger Urology, we're proud to offer robotic, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU, a non-invasive, organ-sparing treatment that precisely targets cancerous tissue while preserving healthy areas. It's cutting-edge care that helps patients maintain their quality of life. Learn more at erlanger.org/urology.
Hi, I'm Pastor James Sears from Mount Olive Ministries. We understand that today, more than ever, that we live in, well, let's just say a fast-paced world with overcrowded schedules. With work weeks that can last up to 55 hours, kids' games, and long weekends, sometimes it's hard to fit everything you want to do in one week. But that doesn't mean that you have to miss out on church. No matter where you are or what's going on in your life, there's still a way for you to stay connected. We'd love to see you in person each week, but for those weekends when you can't, Mount Olive Ministries offers offers live streaming every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. through our website and Facebook account. You can still participate in worship, giving, and hearing the Word of God by tuning in. And if by some chance you can't watch at exactly 11 a.m., feel free to go back and view at any time. You can check us out at mountolivecog.org or on Facebook by searching for Mount Olive Ministries. We look forward to you worshiping with us soon.
Text us at 423-749-1013 on the Warren and Griffin text line. Cleveland's personal injury attorneys.
Summer savings are here at Cleveland Ford, your truck destination. Over 100 trucks to choose from, with select new 2026 Ford Maverick models starting at $32,665. Plus, 0% APR for 36 months, $1,000 toward your down payment, and 2-year premium maintenance plan. ClevelandFord.com. For well-qualified buyers with approved credit. 3-year, 10,000 miles per year. $0 security deposit. Plus tax, tag, title, and $7.99 closing fee. On select models. See dealer for details. Offer ends August 31st, 2026.
Welcome back to The Drive, presented by Hardee's. Join the conversation. Text 423-749-1013. You can also listen anywhere on our website, ESPNCleveland1013.com.
Welcome back to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland. Hope everyone out there is having a good Thursday. Andy and myself, we're sitting out here at the Walker Valley Football Stadium waiting for the gates to open. Melting, waiting for the gates to open. Big game tonight, of course. Cleveland coming to Walker Valley to open up the 2026 campaign for both teams. Excited about that. But when we went to break, I had mentioned a couple things that we had talked about yesterday. Your most memorable blowout win and most memorable blowout loss. And of course, memorable may not be the right word when you talk about a loss, but listen, I have mine. Mine was Ohio State just getting blown out by Penn State in 1994. That one hurt, man. That one hurt bad. But Jacob brought up, and I'm sure you remember this, when the Cardinals came to Atlanta for a playoff game. And St. Louis scored 10 runs in the top of the first.
Yeah.
And I'd forgotten all about that when he mentioned it because my next door neighbor is a huge Cardinals fan. He was there.
So I believe that was – so I actually think the Cardinals have got the Braves like a couple times in the postseason. There was one that I was actually – and I was thinking Jacob was on the call with me, but we were calling a Walker Valley football at Lenore City football game, and Mike Fultonevich, who, if you remember that throwback name, a starter for the Braves several years ago, was a guy who was off and on that entire season and really had some elite stuff at times. He got absolutely cooked in a postseason game against the Cardinals, and it was like 9-0 after the first or second inning. It was bad.
Yeah.
It got out of hand really quick. That's one that I remember on the bad side of things. Now, on the good side, and I'm going to talk more recently as it's a little bit more relevant, but last season, a team that I was kind of high on before their quarterback went down last season was Syracuse. First of all, my guy Chad Smith, strength and conditioning coach there.
That's right. We had him on as a guest last year.
Yes, he was on the show with us, and so I was very high on Syracuse. Notre Dame beat Syracuse like 70-3 or 70-7. Last year. I did not expect that at all, but Steve Angeli, transfer from Notre Dame, was the starting quarterback.
That's right.
Went down with the Achilles injury. And so that blowout as a fan stands out a lot for me.
And this may be one, you may have been too young to remember this, but I'll never forget the last game of Jerry Faust's career at Notre Dame at Miami. And Jimmy Johnson, let's just say what it was. He ran up the score. Intentionally ran up the score against Notre Dame, and I think like 58-3 or something like that was the final score.
It was bad.
And I remember Eric Parsegian was doing the color, or either that or an analyst, and he says, what are they doing? What are they doing? They're throwing the football up 48-0.
They were trying to put an exclamation mark on an already dominant victory, and that was the inspiration, by the way. I was too young.
I thought you probably were.
But that was the inspiration for the Catholics versus Convict shirt, Revenge Tour T-shirt that I now own.
You did. He wore that in. That was really cool.
So that's where that all started.
Now, did Lou Holtz? Was he the head coach after Faust?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't think that there was anyone between.
Yeah, Holtz took over. I believe that it was 86 was his first season there because he was only there.
88.
Yeah, won the national title in 88, and his last season was 96. So Lou Holtz only there for a short period of time. If you look in Notre Dame history, outside of Brian Kelly and Newt Rockne, there wasn't a lot of they would, if guys haven't got the job done or if they were kind of veering the wrong way, they'd move on. And so that's something that under Brian Kelly and the leadership of athletic director Jack Schwarbeck kind of changed a little bit. I hope Marcus Freeman sticks around for a good long time.
Well, they're paying him. They're paying him, and they'll continue to pay him. So
I got another one for you.
All right.
And I'm going to have some people probably turn their radio on this one, but one that stands out so much in my mind is from 2005. Notre Dame played Tennessee and beat them 41-21, and I felt like it was a controlled 41-21. And being a Notre Dame fan living here in Tennessee, and again, I'm going to extend the hand out to my Tennessee Vol listener fans and say I'm an ally. When the Irish aren't playing the Vols, I'm with you. I'm pulling for you. But when my team comes to town, man, there's nothing sweeter than walking into work the next day with a big grin on your face.
I'll tell you what, Tennessee and Notre Dame have had, they haven't played a lot, but they've had some memorable games. Of course, everyone remembers the game in South Bend where Notre Dame missed the extra point, and it was a backup kicker, and Tennessee came from way behind to win that game. And then I think it was the next year in Knoxville where Tennessee made a valiant comeback, but Notre Dame intercepted an Andy Kelly pass in the end zone to seal that game. Rocket Ismail had a kickoff for a punt return in that game.
But Tennessee's had their moments in that series. I believe this series is 4 games apiece, if I'm correct.
Okay.
And but yeah, if you remember, Tennessee had a big come from behind victory. I'm wanting to say, what was that, 92?
The one in South Bend, Miracle in South Bend.
I believe it was 92.
Whatever year that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an incredible comeback by. And I'll never forget John Ward. He actually and he was a great announcer. But he goes, and the kick is good. It is no good.
Yeah.
It is no good. And so that would have won the game. It wasn't an extra point. It was a field goal attempt. But either way, but still, I remember that call because John Ward was so good. That was one of his mess ups.
He is one of the but that shows you how close that kick was.
It was,
and that was an authentic call by him. But he was by far one of the best football radio announcers I've ever listened to in my life.
What I loved about John Ward is that he assumed you were only listening to it on the radio. He never assumed that you were listening to him and watching the game on TV. Because, listen, when he first started, 95% of the games were not televised. It was just radio and radio only. So he would do something like this, on a long run. He's at the 5. No, he's at the 15. He's at the 10. He's at the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What did he do? I'll tell you what he just did. He just scored a touchdown for the Big Orange.
Yeah,
by the time he gets that done, they're actually lined up for the extra point because he
kept the suspense
kept it going, and he was so awesome to listen to. And listen, I grew up listening to John Ward because I'm a lot older than you. When I grew up, there was maybe you might get lucky to have 2 games on TV on a Saturday. That was it. And so I listened to a lot of Tennessee games.
And you talk about the suspense buildup that he was so good at. Like, you would even hear the roar of the crowd behind him as he was doing it. So you're waiting for him to finally get there. So really the whole lead up to his big call to touchdown Big Orange or whatever or give him 6.
Give him 6. Touchdown Big Orange.
Yeah, he was one of the best to ever do it. And honestly, we were actually talking about this the other day. He probably got out a little sooner than he would have liked to.
Probably did. I mean, I guess you want to end on top instead of, some people think that Vern Lundquist stuck around a little bit too long.
Yes.
But Vern, Uncle Vern, as he was known as. But, okay, so speaking of Tennessee.
But think, Bob Kessling and now Mike Keith, that's a pretty good lineage right there.
It really is.
That really is.
So we're talking about Tennessee, and you're wearing a gray polo.
I am.
And Tennessee introduced some gray, smoky gray, a little darker what you've got on.
I'm a big fan of them. If you've not seen them, just get on the old Google machine and type in Tennessee smoky gray General Neyland edition uniform.
That's what I love about is the General Neyland angle of it.
The tip of the cap to General Neyland, who, one of the greatest coaches in college football history.
He was a military guy, too.
Exactly. And they put in so many details. They're stitching inside the collar, General Neyland, and then on the sleeves of the uniform.
The south end zone.
Yes, of Neyland Stadium. And so the way they did it is the jerseys are a darker gray, as you said, but it's even darker of a charcoal gray on the sleeve that blends perfectly to where it doesn't look like too much. And I like the numbers. They're orange with a white outline that makes them pop.
Yep. What about the helmets? Okay, they got the matte, the smoky gray helmets, but they look like leather helmets because they got the stripe going down the vertical way and horizontal. I think it looks so cool, man.
A couple teams have done that prior to make it look like the leather helmet.
Didn't Navy or Army one of them?
Notre Dame did it one year, but it was still gold. But I'm telling you, who did it better than anybody was Illinois fighting the Illini.
That's
they
right.
Had
They
theirs
did theirs
airbrushed, and they looked like they were wearing leather helmets. So,
the Red Grange. That was a throwback to Red Grange, the former Illinois star player back in the day.
But the Tennessee ones that you're talking about, Jim, it's the matte. It's not the shiny gray.
No,
it's the matte finish gray.
So it looks more like leather.
Yes, and it has the orange stripe down the center like normal, but then there's another one almost going ear hole to ear hole.
Yeah, like a vertical and a horizontal. They crisscross at the top of the crown of the helmet.
It looks good. I'm a fan of them.
I do too. I like them, and I think most Tennessee fans think this is the best version of the smoky grays that they've ever had.
Hey, you want to hear some breaking news?
Yeah.
The Atlanta Braves just defeated the Chicago White Sox 2-0. We're going to hit on that a little bit more.
They needed to win.
Yeah, they did. As we get into the show, Jim said, "Oh, there's only 40 games left, Andy. You got what was the lead? 7.5?
No, it was 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah.
And what is it now?
It's 4.5. Now it's 5. It's 5 now that they got the win today.
That when you're in the same division as a team like the Philadelphia Phillies that are as good as they are, then you can't mess around. You can't go on these 6-game losing streaks or 5-game losing streaks and then win a game and then lose it. Like, you've got to put together a stretch of 5 games where you're winning 3 of them.
Yeah, you can't lose 7 out of 10 games.
You can't afford to do that.
Because Philadelphia's, I think they've won 8 of their last 10 or something.
I've played this record before, Jim. I'm telling you. So
I know. I get sucked into it all the time too.
You do, but with your mindset, though, you're right. It shouldn't happen if you're showing up and playing decent baseball. But as we said, all things Atlanta Braves and Major League Baseball sponsored by Mayfield Dairy. We will get into that here in just a minute. But I want to talk about, since we're talking Braves, before we go to break, one blowout win. You're talking about blowouts. If you remember, this year the Braves beat the Texas Rangers 15-1 at one point. Always love those. Getting to see the position players come in and pitch, that's always fun stuff. But, hey, we are going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, got plenty more to talk about, some Atlanta Braves baseball. Who knows? We might even get a guest appearance from Walker Valley Athletic Director Mike Turner. We'll see if he's got time for us. He's running away. He's running the other way. You're listening to The Drive on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
The Drive will be back after a quick timeout. Stay tuned for more nonstop sports talk on The Drive, presented by Hardee's. It's time for a Don Ledford of Cleveland traffic update on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Don Ledford Chevrolet GMC, located on North Lee Highway in Cleveland. Or visit donledford.com for details. Don Ledford, where we say yes. It's on-time traffic with Commander Chuck.
Good afternoon. Stop and go. Certain sections of Amnicola going outbound up by the 911 center. It's busy. 24 through our city. It's heavy. 24 east and west through Moccasin Bend, trying to get on up through the Ridge Cut. That's only going to get heavier in the next few minutes on 24, especially going eastbound. Certain areas seeing some showers out here with rush hour traffic. Allow yourself a little bit of extra travel time. If you get hurt in a car accident, you're going to need East Tennessee's #1 law firm. That would be Garza Law. Just Google Garza Law. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on-time traffic.
From the Alon Planning Partners Weather Center.
Just like the weather, markets change fast. Alon Planning Partners helps you stay prepared.
Visit them online at alonplanning.com or give them a call at 423-315-1441. Here's your forecast on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
Good Thursday to you, Tennessee Valley. We are monitoring a few showers and storms to our northwest that could clip our northern areas later this morning, but most will stay rain-free. During the early afternoon, we'll climb into the mid-90s with the heat index as high as 105. Then after 4 p.m., we'll have a better chance of showers and storms, some of which could be on the strong side through this evening before things die down tonight. For the latest, be sure to download the Local 3 weather app. I'm Storm Alert meteorologist Clay Smith.
It's back to school. This is Professor John Davis at Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway, and this is Car Buying 101. What is the most important aspect of buying a new car? Is it A, the lowest price guaranteed, B, the best selection in Tennessee, C, up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book market value for your trade-in, or is it D, all of the above? The right answer is always Kia of Cleveland, where you get all of the above, up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book market value for any trade in any condition. Bad credit? Don't sweat it. Kia Cleveland has lenders that will say yes to you and yes to your situation. Plus, I'll beat any deal from anywhere in Georgia, Tennessee, or Alabama. Come see me, John Davis, at Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway, where buying a car is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Looking for the dealer who's gonna give you more. Kia of Cleveland Superstore.
Max trade toward the purchase of select models. Price comparison for exact same in-stock vehicle. Offers don't combine. Expires month end.
KiaofCleveland.com.
You're listening to Paul Feinbaum on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. The Drive is coming up. The ESPN Cleveland 101.3 lineup is supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. WholesaleSupply.us.
The final days of Honda Cleveland's summer event are here, and the lowest prices of the season and those one-time offers are just about over. Drive a new 26 Civic Sport for $249 a month, or move up to a 26 Accord LX for only $229 a month. Civic $249 a month, Accord $229 a month. Plus no payments for 90 days. Only at Honda Cleveland. And Honda has earned KBB's Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted Brand, and Best Value Brand. Plus Honda Cleveland's locally owned, unlike those other guys, by a family with deep, solid roots in our community. So don't miss your chance to get the best deals of the season from the best Honda dealer in the region. 36-month leases with $39.99 down plus tax, tag, title, dealer fees, and first month's payment. No security deposit required with approved credit. Offer ends 9/8/26. See dealer for complete details. Honda Cleveland, your car, your way, every day. I-75 exit 20, just 1 mile east. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, this is Jay and Brittany Hagee from Alon Planning Partners. What do you think your biggest expense in retirement will be? Healthcare? Housing costs? Inflation? This may come as a surprise, but it's actually taxes. Most every one of you listening has an IRA, a 401k, or some type of tax-qualified account, which means all of that money isn't yours. You have a partner in those accounts. It's Uncle Sam.
So the real question is, how do you keep more of your hard-earned savings in your pocket? We at Alon Planning Partners have a solution. We created a tax calculator just for you. Go to exchangemytaxbill.com. Again, visit exchangemytaxbill.com, input some basic information, and you'll see your tax liability through retirement. We can help you craft a plan that will give you peace of mind to and through your retirement years.
So visit exchangemytaxbill.com to take the next step. Again, exchangemytaxbill.com will help you craft a tax plan to help bring clarity to your financial future.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
It's Thursday, so Singo is at Aubrey's at 7 o'clock, and you can get prime rib after 4. Aubrey's Cleveland.
You ever get home and need 15 minutes just so you don't kill everyone? Yeah, that's not just a long day, man. That's low T talking. Maybe you've tried testosterone therapy before and it did jack squat. Optimize You is different. No cookie cutter plans, real labs, real results built around you. You could feel better in 90 days, just in time for the Vols kickoff. Call Optimize You Cleveland. Code MIX99. Labs and a 1-hour consult for $99. Typically $149. Optimize You. Feel like yourself again.
Welcome back to The Drive, presented by Hardee's. Join the conversation. Text 423-749-1013. You can also listen anywhere on our website, ESPNCleveland1013.com.
Welcome back to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. I'm Andy Morris along with Jim Gum. We've got a special guest on with us. Always excited and enjoy talking with Walker Valley High School Athletic Director Mike Turner. Coach Turner, thank you for taking the time. We've joked around already, so the listeners already know how much you've been running around here in this heat, that you're getting your workout in today, but we appreciate you taking the time to come on with us.
Well, I appreciate y'all. Y'all do a good job of backing us, and it's always fun to listen to you.
Well, we love to promote high school football and high school athletics in general around here for sure. And we're blessed to have three quality high schools, great academic institutions, and solid athletic teams as well.
There's no doubt about that. I was just thinking about the other day that how many, if you go for the athletics, how many championships or how many whatever, every year there's somebody out of the 3 high schools that's got at least 1 or 2 or 3, maybe more than that, programs that making it to the state tournament or everything. So it's just, there's a lot of athletes in Bradley County.
There's no doubt about it. And we're going to see tonight the kickoff game, the ESPN Cleveland 101.3 community kickoff game. Cleveland on the road here at Walker Valley at the MAC. So first of all, Coach, I want you to go ahead and let our listeners know that might be coming to the game, which we do. We encourage everyone to come in person. We want a great environment at these games. But if you can't, you can always watch on mixtv.tv. But for those that are coming, Coach, if you could, let them know what are the procedures as far as coming into the stadium.
Well, first of all, if you come into the lower parking lot, of course, you have to pay to get in there, and it's if you want to go up to the upper parking lot, it's a little bit more. I'm just getting you through the step-by-step deal, and then you pay. Come through our gate and pay there. We have a clear bag policy, like I think Bradley County schools do. I know, and that's that's something that we take pretty serious. As I'm sure there's a lot of times we may not, get every one of them. They may get through as far as just a regular bag, but we try to do the best we can. We've got signs up and everything. So, but most people have gotten to the point now to where any big event you go to, it's pretty much you're going to have to.
It's standard at this point.
It is. It sure is. So, that makes it a lot easier there. I'm watching Coach Raines there fill up my only garbage can I got.
Without Coach Raines, he's the ticket guru, isn't he, Coach?
Yeah, he is.
Ticket guru.
He's a guru of everything. Just ask him.
Yeah, just ask him. That's right. No doubt about it. Hey, Coach, you were just telling us this is your 52nd year in Bradley County schools. Is that right?
That's right.
And obviously that goes back to your time at Charleston as well. And we do know that's one of the things going on here tonight. It is Charleston night, which is a good way to celebrate. And obviously I didn't graduate from Charleston, but I can imagine being a graduate and not really having anywhere to call home. And you guys really do a great job giving them a place that they can say, hey, you know what? This is an extension of my school.
Yeah, it is good. It is good for them. I think they really enjoy it. And it's when Charleston closed, it kind of just, left everything kind of like a blank, but by doing stuff like this right here, like you said, it recognizes them, and it just, I know I got a daughter that still teaches over there, and they really enjoy this. They enjoy the opportunity to get to come over here and do this.
And Coach, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you won quite a few baseball games at Charleston as well as Walker Valley, right?
Well, we won a few, not as many as we wanted to, but we won a few.
Yeah, you had some pretty good teams there.
I had some great players, some great kids. It's really amazing how greater they are after you don't have them anymore. You get to thinking about them and you think, golly, bum, they were wonderful and they were fun to have, and they worked hard. And I've said this a lot. I've been blessed. There's no doubt about that. I've been blessed to have. I got a great family, and and the wife has put up with a bunch of bull, and it's been. I've been fortunate.
Did you ever coach when they had wooden bats, or were they always aluminum?
When I first started, it was wooden bats, and then I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 years, or maybe just.
Because it was like the mid '70s, late '70s when everyone went to aluminum back then.
Yeah, I started in '75.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, '75,
yeah.
And so we had wooden bats.
That was a game changer.
Yeah.
Well, of course, anyone that ever came through Charleston, specifically the baseball program, and here at Walker Valley as well, definitely anyone that did that, I've always heard them credit you for a lot of their success and mentality and temperament. And so that's another thing that I always say, too, that anyone that asks me anything about Stephen Shelton, I say, hey, if you want to blame anyone for Stephen Shelton, it's Mike Turner.
Well, that's probably right. You're probably right. Stephen was a good one. He
was.
He's. I said this before. We had a little podcast thing we did, and I talked about Stephen. And Stephen was a self-made athlete. He just pretty much worked his tail off and became, he was an athlete. I remember Ron Spanger said either he goes or I go. He was driving us crazy.
That's a personality.
Yeah, and so.
Oh, Lord, I love Ron, man. I miss him, too.
Real good player.
Yeah, good stuff, Coach. And, of course, Mike Turner, Athletic Director, Walker Valley High School, here with us on the drive. And a big game tonight here at the McKenzie Athletic Complex at Walker Valley High School. Cleveland making the trip up here. And talking about athletic directors, my brother Al Morris, Cleveland Athletic Director, another guy who learned from you a little bit, did he not?
I don't know what he learned, probably something bad.
Yeah, well, we joked around at the beginning of the show that you guys we're talking about the players staying hydrated, and of anybody, you and he both probably need to stay more hydrated than anybody as much as you guys do.
Well, and the fans coming tonight need to stay hydrated, too, because we don't want anyone passing out in the stands.
Right. It is. It's really hot.
I'm just hoping that we get, right now I looked at the weather again, and it looked like it's going to be 9:30, 10 o'clock before, but I hope it stays like that. And it may be a little bit later than that. I just, you don't want to get into this lightning stuff because you could be here forever.
That's true. That's for sure.
And unfortunately, it's not Friday, so we have school tomorrow. So we want to be able to get a decent night's sleep. Hey, listen, I got car duty in the morning. I got to be out front circle.
Lord. I've got, me and Coach Raines got janitorial duty.
That's right.
At 5 o'clock.
Right.
So, it's.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, talk about taking pride in what you do in your facilities. Coach Turner, him and Coach Raines are usually up at Walker Valley before anybody, making sure things are cleaned up and ready to go.
Yep.
So.
Well, we're not. We've never been accused of being real smart. So.
That's good stuff.
Nobody takes you for granted, Coach. Promise you that. Your reputation is very, very good in this area for sure.
Yeah, always a good environment too up here for Walker Valley football games. Again, Cleveland High School on the road at Walker Valley High School tonight, 7 o'clock kickoff. And Coach Turner, I believe you were quoted by Coach Akins that you're just a roller coaster or a Ferris wheel. What was the saying? A Ferris wheel shy of a circus up here? Is that what Drew said?
It's a dog and pony show. I mean, there's on these big games.
Coach,
like
that means you got a lot to offer. Is what that means.
That's I guess that's true. So
once again, Walker Valley Athletic Director Mike Turner on the drive with us. So again, if you're coming up to the game tonight, make sure dress accordingly. Try to stay cool. Bring something to drink. The concession stands open. As you said, with the Dog and Pony Show, there's going to be a lot of vendors here with cold beverages and different things to help cool you off.
If you're hungry, don't eat before you come because you'll get plenty of whatever you might want up here tonight because there's all kinds of stuff.
No doubt.
Good stuff. Once again, Coach Mike Turner, Athletic Director, Walker Valley High School. We are going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more high school football. Jim, I even believe we got to get to our dadgum segment. Did you do one yesterday?
We did not do one yesterday.
So we're overdue. We got to get to the dadgum segment.
All right.
All that when we come back here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man.
At Chattanooga Exteriors, we provide effective, high-quality design solutions in an ethical manner to the Cleveland, Tennessee area using only superior products.
Visit us at ChattanoogaExteriors.com or call us at 423-805-3800.
A Don Ledford Chevrolet GMC special announcement. Now, hear this, Cleveland and Bradley County. For the first time in our history, Don Ledford Chevrolet GMC is offering employee pricing on all new 2026 Chevy and GMC cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Plus, you get all eligible factory incentives that your choice qualifies for. Yes, you heard right. You pay what we pay. This isn't just certain models. It's all models of our new 2026 Chevrolets and GMCs in stock. Silverados, Sierras, Tahoes, Yukons, Equinox, Trax. It doesn't matter. Whatever you choose, you get the employee price. This one-time offer is only good through August 31st. So come in early for the best selection. Chevrolet, let's do it together. GMC, we are professional grade. Don Ledford Chevrolet GMC on North Lee Highway in Cleveland, where we say yes. Se habla Espanol. Your employee pricing is plus tax, tag, title, and dealer documentary fee. Sale ends August 31st.
Did you twist an ankle? Hurt your shoulder? Or maybe that weekend project left you with more than sore muscles? Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is here to help. Our Urgent Ortho Walk-In Clinic in Cleveland is open Monday through Saturday, treating sprains, strains, fractures, and more. No appointment needed. There's no need to drive to Chattanooga for expert orthopedic care. Call, schedule online, or walk in today and get back to moving pain-free. Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. The Center for expert care right when you need it.
The final days of Honda Cleveland's summer event are here, and the lowest prices of the season and those one-time offers are just about over. Drive a new 26 Civic Sport for $249 a month, or move up to a 26 Accord LX for only $229 a month. Civic $249 a month, Accord $229 a month, plus no payments for 90 days. Only at Honda Cleveland. And Honda has earned KBB's best overall brand, most trusted brand, and best value brand. Plus, Honda Cleveland's locally owned, unlike those other guys, by a family with deep, solid roots in our community. So don't miss your chance to get the best deals of the season from the best Honda dealer in the region. 36-month leases with $39.99 down plus tax, tag, title, dealer fees, and first month's payment. No security deposit required with approved credit. Offer ends 9/8/26. See dealer for complete details. Honda Cleveland, your car, your way, every day. I-75 exit 20, just 1 mile east. Hope to see you soon.
Health Scope Magazine. Beautiful, informative, inspiring, uplifting, healthy lifestyles for women, family, and friends. Health Scope Magazine. Get the latest on diet and fitness, hair and skincare, food and recipes, parenting, relationships, and more. Health Scope Magazine. Look for it now or visit healthscopemag.com. Health Scope Magazine. Healthy lifestyles for women, family, and friends.
Welcome back to The Drive, presented by Hardee's. Join the conversation. Text 423-749-1013. You can also listen anywhere on our website, ESPNCleveland1013.com.
Dadgummit. Dadgummit. Dadgum. Dadgummit. Dadgum. Dadgummit.
Get it and go to the goal line with a dadgum ball.
Daggone it and dad blame it. Dadgummit. No.
All right, so dadgummit, when two teams are wearing their colored jerseys in a game, and yes, you missed this yesterday. I went off on.
I'm ready, Jim.
White jerseys are way cool. I don't want my rival to wear their home jersey in my stadium. So yes, I am against Alabama wearing their crimson at Neyland Stadium, and also I'm against Tennessee wearing their orange at Bryant-Denny.
Which, by the way, that is happening this season in Knoxville.
Yes,
so
this season.
I'll say this: if Tennessee were wearing the smoky grays in that one, I would probably be even more okay with Alabama wearing the crimson red uniform. But I'll say this. Being a fan of college football, not even just talking my team, not even talking Notre Dame or Tennessee or anything like that, but typically, and you made a good point when I said this off air, but typically my least favorite uniform of every single team is the white jersey, because it's not your school colors. It's more of a neutral color than anything.
Right.
I like schools representing their colors. That's why I like the fact that Tennessee has an orange and a gray and sometimes a black. That's why I like that sometimes Notre Dame, along with their navy blue, go with the green.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, and I've said this on this show before, I love when BYU and Utah get together and it's blue versus red.
Mm-hmm.
It's visibly, you can tell who's who. With orange and crimson, some of the people out there that might deal with a little bit of color blindness might have a little issue here, might have some trouble. So that's my only issue with this whole debate. But all in all, I'm not a fan of, I don't like the fact that LSU wears their white uniforms at home, because you're not wearing your colors. When I'm at home, this plays into your point a little bit too, Jim. I want an absolute color rush when I'm on my facility. I want the other team to be so overwhelmed with my school colors that you can't see or think anything else.
You know, when I think of teams that wear white at home, I think of two teams, LSU and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
I mean, we all know that there are NFL teams that wear white early in the season for the heat purposes. But generally, the Dallas Cowboys wear white at home almost exclusively. Occasionally, they'll wear blue.
And the Cowboys' Navy uniforms are awesome. They're
they
great,
look good.
and they hardly ever wear them.
But LSU, they'll wear a purple jersey from time to time. But usually, it's a non-conference game against like Louisiana Monroe or someone like that.
Yes.
But LSU is different.
They might as well not even have a purple uniform, because when they're on the road, guess what they're wearing?
They're white.
So, if I'm LSU, you're at this point, it's strictly tradition. But for a big game, and you're wanting to do BYU Utah, red versus blue. I'm all for it, but this Tennessee-Alabama matchup's a little different because somewhat similar, depending on how far away from the action you are.
All right, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut about this until October, the third week in October.
Well,
then I'll bring it up again.
Once snaps start happening and pads start popping, the last thing we're going to worry about are the color of the uniforms.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and take our last break of the first hour so we can hit our ID. You're listening to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
The Drive will be back after a quick timeout. Stay tuned for more nonstop sports talk on The Drive, presented by Hardee's.
Hey y'all, this is Alfonso, General Manager over at Crown Cleveland. Please visit us online to see our entire used car inventory, all different makes and models, all different budget levels. Please give us an opportunity. Google Crown Cleveland.
Good morning. This is your Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfast mix and match alarm. We've got fluffy eggs and sausage on a made-from-scratch biscuit ready, or perhaps biscuit and gravy. Ooh, maybe a sweet cinnamon roll. Wake up and smell that sweet deal. Mix and match any 2 for just $5 for a limited time, only at Hardee's. Don't snooze on the app. Snag juicy deals, order ahead, and get to work on time. Maybe. Exclusive app offers for registered My Rewards members only. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Did you twist an ankle? Hurt your shoulder? Or maybe that weekend project left you with more than sore muscles? Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is here to help. Our Urgent Ortho Walk-In Clinic in Cleveland is open Monday through Saturday, treating sprains, strains, fractures, and more. No appointment needed. There's no need to drive to Chattanooga for expert orthopedic care. Call, schedule online, or walk in today and get back to moving pain-free. Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. The Center for expert care right when you need it.
At Chattanooga Exteriors, we provide effective, high-quality design solutions in an ethical manner to the Cleveland, Tennessee area using only superior products.
Visit us at ChattanoogaExteriors.com or call us at 423-805-3800.
I'm Jacob Mason.
I'm Jim Gum.
And I'm Andy Morris. Tune in to The Drive on ESPN Cleveland 101.3 weekdays from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
From the Kia of Cleveland Studios, this is ESPN Cleveland 101.3, WCLE HD2 Cleveland, W267BI Cleveland, ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making the top of your house the best it can be. Visit bestbuymetalroofing.com.
Welcome back to The Drive, presented by Hardee's. Join the conversation. Text 423-749-1013. You can also listen anywhere on our website, ESPNCleveland1013.com.
Welcome back to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland. I'm Jim along with Andy, and we're broadcasting live from Walker Valley High School in anticipation of the big game, the Thursday night opener between Walker Valley and Cleveland. And we're excited to be out here. Listen.
We're excited, but we're hot.
We're excited, but we're hot.
What is it Alan Jackson said? It's hotter than a hoochie coochie. Is that right? That's about how it is out here right now.
Oh,
we need to be down on the Chattahoochee, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, the Chattahoochee. Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Did I catch you off guard, Jim?
You caught me off guard. Yeah.
I only do that every once in a while with Jim.
Yeah, about once every 5 minutes.
I'll say this, though. I feel like you've kind of gotten acclimated. You're kind of used to my
actually, if you don't do something, I'm more surprised than if you do something.
Jim should have a running log entitled, "What is the idiot going to do today?"
Yeah. By the way, that game tonight, you're going to be able to listen to that. If it says WCLE in front of it, it's on. So obviously on Oldie Station is the Walker Valley broadcast, and I'm going to be doing that today. And it'll be simulcast on ESPN right here.
You and Cooper Roundtree.
You're going to be doing the Cleveland broadcast on WCLE.
Mix 104.1 with Greg Phillips sitting in for Terry Evans, who is going to be back at some point. He had to take some time away, and we love Terry, and I'm proud to be keeping the seat warm for him.
Absolutely. And then, of course, on mixedtv.tv, you've got Stephen Shelton and Steve Hartline. They're going to be doing the game on that platform. So we're covered, man. This game is covered left and right, man, for sure. So we're excited about being out here. First game of the season. Everyone's undefeated, Andy.
It is.
Everyone's undefeated
for at least
right
a few
now.
more hours.
For a few more hours, yeah.
Yeah, but no, and we're joking around about how hot it is, but in all seriousness, we encourage everyone, if you plan on coming out to the game, which we hope you are. We hope we see you out here at Walker Valley tonight. Supporting all these young men on the football field, as well as the band members, the cheerleaders, the dance teams. Come out and support all these student athletes, because it's such a big deal in this community, and we create some of the best environments in high school athletics. So we do encourage you to come out, but if out of precaution you need to stay home, do that. Stay hydrated, stay cool, but you can catch us on mixtv.tv and all 3 of our stations.
And if you do come out here, don't do what I did and wear blue jeans. Do what Andy did and wear shorts.
I'm trying to figure out what you were thinking. I didn't say anything.
I wore this to work today, and my goal was to go home and change, and I totally forgot.
Well,
so it's too late.
It's nice and cool inside the school building over at Cleveland High School, so I stayed cool today. But then as soon as I went outside, got home, took my dog out, I started sweating so much. I wore my slacks, my pants that I wore to school, and my shirt. My back had sweat running down it before I could get back inside with my dog. So I'm on the second wardrobe of the day.
So let me forewarn you right now. If you think you're going into a nice, cool, air-conditioned press box, think again, my friend. It is far from it.
Hey, and we just had Mike Turner on here, Walker Valley Athletic Director. We could have gave him a hard time about that.
Yeah, say, hey, what's the deal with this broken AC you got in there, man?
Hey, Jacob and I, we called the Ocoee Cleveland Middle football game last Thursday, and they had the ice bath out. Scott Carroll, athletic director at Cleveland Middle, had the ice bath out ready. It was utilized by a couple players and stuff due to overheating and stuff. So that might be something. We might do a cold plunge later.
Well,
can we get a live stream set up for that? Jim Gum in a cold plunge.
Listen, I'd be all for it. I don't care how embarrassing I am. It's not going to feel good. But listen, we got some clouds moving in. Maybe that'll help a little bit. I know it's helping me right now.
Just as long
blocking that sunshine.
Yeah, I was about to say I can take my sunglasses off now. Your head's not as shiny as it was a second ago. But I do also want to take some caution with that. It was rumored that later tonight could potentially have some thunderstorms. I don't want too many clouds coming in. Keep that off so we can get this game in.
Yeah, the thunder can happen as soon as the last second ticks off the clock and we're out of here. But not before, because the last thing you want is the fourth quarter. There's 5 minutes left in the game, and it's a one-score game.
Yeah.
And so we got to stick around, because they're not going to call a game if it's a one-score game. They're going to want to play the thing out. Now, if it's a 28-point advantage, one school over the other, they could just say, that's it, game's over.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So I'll say this too, Jim. I've had to divert from my plan, because originally Jacob and Cooper were going to be on the call for the Walker Valley broadcast on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1 and ESPN Cleveland 101.3. But you're stepping in, filling in for Jacob tonight, as he has some family matters that he's tending to. We love Slim Money Mason and his family. And but I was going to ask you to pick this game. I was going to say, Jim Gum, who do you got, Walker Valley or Cleveland? And now you're on the call, so you snuck out of having to make that pick since you're calling the game tonight.
I did. So instead of me being 0-1 when we come in and do the drive on Friday, I'm going to be 0-0. No, all we can do at this point is just talk about what we think is going to happen. I think that we're going to see a quality football game. Cleveland is much better this year than they were last year. And let's be honest, there's a lot of new guys starting at some key positions for Walker Valley. So I think the combination of those two should make this a very, very entertaining football game. I think Cleveland's going to be competitive. I think Walker Valley's going to be competitive. I think we're going to see a lot of scoring. I don't think this is a defensive battle. I think we're going to see, four touchdowns for each team.
I want to agree with you, but I feel like I can't, and I'm going to tell you why I can't. When you look at this Walker Valley football team, the most returners they have are on the defensive side of the ball. They've got a very talented linebacking core. We know Braylon Beard, his family very close to our Mix 1041 family, and Coach Aikens said that if Braylon stays on track, he'll finish his career at Walker Valley top 4 in all-time tackles. A very good linebacking core along with him, and so the secondary, a lot of returning upperclassmen for Walker Valley. But then you go to the other side of the ball you go across the sideline, to Cleveland, and you look at the talent on the defensive side of the ball for them. Their secondary alone, they're big up front. So Walker Valley's I feel like, going to have to be able to run the ball tonight. And I'm not quite sure, because where Walker Valley lost was on their offensive line. So I think this has the potential to be a little bit of a slugfest, but a beat 'em up, a few yards in a punt type of football game.
Or
a little bit.
Turnovers could be the key to this
and maybe
game.
so, but I think this is going to be. And watch me be wrong, but I'm just saying.
I'm hoping for scoring. I like some scoring.
I think we're going to have more of a defensive battle from both of these teams. I know firsthand from years of watching this group at Walker Valley and the time I've spent with Coach Lockerbie, defensive coordinator at Cleveland. Like, I've got a lot of faith in both of these defenses. So which offense is going to step up and not turn the ball over, to your point, Jim?
Yeah, so excited. Listen, if you're listening to us right now and you really don't have anything planned for this evening, come on out here. Come on, you'll have a good time. You can get some decent food, watch a football game.
More than decent. They've got some food trucks set up over here. They've got the concessions going.
They do. I shouldn't say decent. Really good food.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good setup.
I mean, it's not a 5-star restaurant, but it's pretty good, man.
Jim Gumb's not at home on his Blackstone cooking force or anything like that. But.
No, not hardly. No, but come on out here, support these kids. You'll have a good time for sure. Hey, it's only football game in Bradley County this weekend.
Yeah, listen, it's about the only football game in the area today.
Well,
on Thursday night, there's one more big one.
Yeah, there's one down in Chattanooga.
That's why I said it's about the only.
Yeah.
Baylor taking on Brentwood Academy. That game, you don't have to drive down there to catch that. That one's going to be on the big ESPN.
ESPN 2. ESPN 2. So, I mean, listen, I'll promise you, we'll see people with their phones out.
That's what I was
watching
say.
that game.
Come up here, watch
right
this game
here in the
person.
stands.
That's right.
And so you'll be able to keep up with both games. But or hey, you know what? If it's too hot out here for you, you just watch it on mixtv.tv.
That's right.
So, but if you're able to, come on out here to the MAC.
Plenty of options. There's no doubt about it to catch this game tonight. Of course, Cleveland on the road at Walker Valley to kick off the ESPN Cleveland Community Kickoff game. Very excited to be on the call for that. And of course, and I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm very glad that this is game one, because I don't think there's a better way to get things kicked. And this goes for tomorrow night, Bradley at McMinn as well.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get your season started. Like, we look at some of these college teams with their week one. Like, I'm not throwing shade, but Furman, come on. Tennessee and Furman, I'm not excited about that game.
No.
Tennessee fans are just excited to see their product, to see Tennessee football again. What I like about how we do things around here, we've got rivalry games week one that, I mean, it's just shoving football in your face, and you've got to devour it. I love it.
Let me ask you this. In 2030, your beloved Notre Dame Irish will open the season with USC. How do you feel about that?
So I feel like that's what it took to get USC to agree to play that game again, as much as they want to deflect and try to say, well, Notre Dame but wanted to be difficult. Notre Dame wanted to play the game at the end of the day. Notre Dame never threatened to not play the game. That was USC to get their way with what they wanted. They don't want to come to South Bend in the wintertime. Okay, cool. I get it. That's been accommodated for decades, by the way.
Yeah, it's always been like that.
But now they don't want to. They said, hey, you know what? Under the Marcus Freeman era, Notre Dame's kind of started slow. We'll only play them if we play week one. And if you look, there's some proof in this pudding with Marcus Freeman.
Northern
Illinois, and
Miami.
then Miami, Texas A&M. Last year in recent history, Marshall the year before that.
Oh, my gosh, I forgot about Marshall.
So I'll say this. USC is going to get their tail whipped to start every season starting in 2030. That's how I feel about it.
But you'd rather play them first game of the year than not play them at all.
Absolutely. And what better way? Just like I said with the ESPN Cleveland Community Kickoff Series that we've got going on here at Walker Valley tonight and tomorrow at McMinn, what better way to get things going? It's so exciting to have a meaningful – and now – again, we said this doesn't necessarily have implications on the postseason in any way or winning a region title, but for the next 365 days, you're going to be able to say, hey, my team won this game.
That's true.
I think there's something
They're bragging
to that.
rights, man.
Yes,
bragging
there's
rights are
something to
real
that.
for sure. And listen, we got people here, their kids have gone, some have gone to Walker Valley, some have gone to Cleveland, then the same thing with Bradley. So you've got some mixed families in these three schools as well. So, yeah, there's some inner household rivalries right here in good old Cleveland, Tennessee.
Oh, listen, I know a little something about it. So
I know you do.
Of course, I've bounced from one side to the other, leaving Walker Valley last year and teaching at Cleveland this year and calling the games on Mix 104.1 in place of Terry for a few games anyway. And I'll say this, it has been really neat for me because I know Coach Akins. Coach Akins and I are good friends.
Mm-hmm.
I know how he operates. Getting to know Coach Brown and see how he operates, and, of course, Ted Lockerbie, defensive coordinator for Cleveland, former head coach here at Walker Valley. The whole dynamic of this matchup has been really neat for me to kind of be a fly on the wall both places.
Oh, I bet you got some stories that you can tell off the air.
That's right. That's right. But I could just kind of sit back, and as a fan of our community, like I can appreciate, because I know a lot of kids on both sides of the ball.
You do.
I know the coaches on both sides of the ball. I know the administration very well on both sides of the ball. So it goes deep for a lot of people. Their school means a lot to them. I've been blessed to be able to be very close with both these programs, and I'm super excited to watch a good football game tonight.
Yeah, no question. I'm excited about it. It's fresh. It's new. It's the 2026 season opening up right here, and I'm glad to be a part of it for sure. Andy, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about the sporting news, ranking the 25 greatest college football personalities of all time.
But before I even look at your list, can I guess Lane Kiffin's name is on it somewhere?
You would be incorrect, my friend.
Okay, well, that list.
You would be incorrect.
I'm going to question your list before we even get to it. Then.
This is Bill Bender, by the way, a friend of the drive. We've had him as a guest.
Bill. Sorry.
Bill Bender made this list, I'm sure, with the help of other people.
He's probably tired of hearing us talk about Lane Kiffin. That's probably why.
I'm sure he listens to the drive every day.
Hey, look,
he could.
I'm here for it.
But he
I'm
could.
Here for it.
You can listen to the drive anywhere in the world if you want.
Well, his list is already creating some debate, so I like it. I'm sure he likes it as well.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a break. When we come, we'll talk about that list. You're listening to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
The Drive will be back after a quick timeout. Stay tuned for more nonstop sports talk on The Drive, presented by Hardee's.
This is your Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfast mix and match alarm. We've got fluffy eggs and sausage on a made-from-scratch biscuit ready. Or perhaps biscuit and gravy. Ooh, maybe a sweet cinnamon roll. Wake up and smell that sweet deal. Mix and match any two for just $5 for a limited time. Only at Hardee's. Don't snooze on the app. Snag juicy deals, order ahead, and get to work on time. Maybe. Exclusive app offers for registered My Rewards members only. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
At Chattanooga Exteriors, we provide effective, high-quality design solutions in an ethical manner to the Cleveland, Tennessee area using only superior products.
Visit us at ChattanoogaExteriors.com or call us at 423-805-3800.
Buckner and Feig Funeral Home and Cremation has reopened under the leadership of Ralph Buckner Jr., renewing commitment to affordable, dignified care. Buckner and Feig Funeral Home and Cremation is here to provide the families of Cleveland and Bradley County with the most affordable, compassionate, and dignified funeral services available, restoring trust, strengthening community ties, and setting a new standard for affordability without compromising dignity. Visit BucknerFike.com. Cleveland Tire Center is celebrating their 50th anniversary with big savings all this month on the best names in tires: Bridgestone, Firestone, Goodyear, Cooper, and Michelin. Plus, big savings on Toyo. Cleveland Tire Center is celebrating the birthday, but you get the gifts. Plus, big savings in the service department. Cleveland Tire Center at 4699 North Lee Highway in Cleveland, where the name says it all for 50 years.
For decades, Best Buy Metals has been shaping more than metal. We've been building strength, one roof, one wall, one community at a time. This isn't just roofing and siding, it's steel formed with purpose, made to withstand difficult storms, because what we make doesn't just cover buildings, it protects what matters most. Get inspired today by visiting bestbymetalroof.com. Best Buy Metals, designed to inspire, made to protect, driven to serve.
Let's be real. Everyone's looking to cut costs, and now you can without cutting coverage. Allstate has just lowered the cost of car insurance. It's the same dependable coverage, just easier on your wallet. So if you want a better deal, check Allstate first. Just call your local Allstate agent, George Gray, to get a quote that could save you hundreds. Not available in every state, rates and savings vary.
At Chattanooga Exteriors, we provide effective, high-quality design solutions in an ethical manner to the Cleveland, Tennessee area using only superior products.
Visit us at ChattanoogaExteriors.com or call us at 423-805-3800.
Welcome back to The Drive, presented by Hardee's. Join the conversation. Text 423-749-1013. You can also listen anywhere on our website, ESPNCleveland1013.com.
Whether you hurt yourself while playing sports, suffer an accident, or take a fall, injuries can happen unexpectedly. The emergency room isn't your only choice. The Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics Urgent Care offers an alternative to the ER that just can't wait. And you're listening to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
Jim, I think I've injured my rotator cuff just wiping all this sweat off my face.
I'm telling you, man.
It is warm out here. We've said it probably about 10 times. We'll probably say it 10 more times.
There was a decision made, but we were not a part of where to locate the drive today.
I want to go
maybe the worst location possible.
Okay, you took it there. You took it there, so I'm running with it. You know how I am anyway, Jim. So, first of all, I want to thank Austin Chadwick for everything he does for us.
They've been out here all day. All day.
They work their tails off.
They do.
But do not make him mad because he'll put you out in the sun.
Obviously, we made him mad somewhere down the path.
He's probably tired of having to clean up our messes.
No doubt. All right, Andy, before we left, we teased this little article. If you go to sportingnews.com and you go to the college football tab, you'll see they rank the 25 greatest college football personalities of all time. So here, and we'll do it in reverse order, starting with number 25 and ending with number 1. Number 25, LSU coach Ed Orgeron. I mean, he was a character, and every time he was interviewed, he always ended every interview, "Go Tigers!
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers!"
Listen, you talk about personalities. Go ahead and throw the title "Ladies' Man" in there as well, because we know he is.
Well, and he was the perfect fit for the Cajuns down there in that part of Louisiana.
The guy wins a national title and then checks out as head coach because he's just the hottest thing on the dating apps. That's all I'm saying. But you talk about a funny personality, just a great person. Coach O definitely deserves to be on this list. I feel like 25 is probably not giving him the credit that he deserves.
Number 24, and I think this is lame. Oregon mascot Puddles, the duck that rides the motorcycle. Oh, come on. No, that's a horrible selection.
I mean,
Puddles. If I asked you before I just said that, what's Oregon's mascot's name? Could you say?
Well, he looks like Donald Duck
on steroids.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know.
Roids on. He looks like Donald Duck. Roid rage.
All right, what's 23? That's not
23.
A good one.
Broadcaster Gus Johnson.
Okay, so I'll say this: Gus Johnson gets absolutely fired up on the call. He is definitely a great college football personality. I agree with that.
Whoever does it more, though, him or Joe Tessitore? Joe Tessitore, he would call a Mississippi State, Arkansas State game and say, "This is an unbelievable game," and he goes over the top a little bit too much for me.
But Gus Johnson will get so high pitched in a big moment that he starts to lose his voice.
Last year, Penn State and Indiana.
Yeah.
Holy cow, he completely
That's a good
lost
one.
it.
I like that.
That was fun. All right, number 22. Now, this is interesting. Ohio State coach Woody Hayes.
Oh, now if we're talking historic personalities,
he's remembered for one thing.
He's very
slugging the Clemson player.
Clemson player, punch him in the throat or face, whatever you want to call it. But you talk about hard-nosed mentality. Like, if you were to look that up pertaining to college football, his picture and Bear Bryant's picture would probably be the two pictures beside that term. So I think that's a good one being a throwback.
I'm going to throw something out there. If you're ever bored and you want to watch about 50 minutes of a really quality with some questionable language, there's
Watch
a
The
thing,
Drive
there's
here
a
on
thing,
ESPN.
it's called American Football Coach. It was
Yeah.
a BBC documentary from like 1977 or 78. It's about Woody Hayes. It's entertaining. Let's just put it that way. All right, number 21, Florida State defensive back / Colorado head coach Deion Sanders.
Prime time. He had an alter ego. He deserves to be higher up on the list as well.
Yeah. Number 20, we just mentioned this guy. Broadcaster Vern Lundquist, Uncle Vern. I thought he was awesome.
Can I say this
during
about
SEC football games on CBS?
Yeah, he was, and it's still to me a shame that it's not the SEC on CBS, that it's now the Big Ten on CBS. You know, they do a great job, but it doesn't have the same feel to it. But specifically, Vern Lundquist, the guy was in Happy Gilmore. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yep.
He was in Happy Gilmore.
That's right.
You don't get any more of a personality than that.
Number 19, Notre Dame coach Newt Rockne.
I mean,
what could have
So-
what the woulda, coulda, shoulda had he
Yeah.
not perished in that plane crash.
No
By the way,
doubt.
one of the first famous people to perish in a plane crash was Newt Rockne. I think in like some cornfield in Iowa or something like that.
He was in Kansas.
Was Kansas? I knew it was somewhere in the
Yeah.
Midwest, but I think he was going to California or something.
Yeah,
was he not?
I
Or
actually,
coming back.
I actually believe that he was going to talk to a potential recruit is what it was. He was on a recruiting trip, which back then, like you said, that was unheard of. But as far as personalities, there are still, to this day, so many sound bites of him coaching and his theories, and that's a good one.
Yep.
That's a really good one.
Number 18, Texas A&M quarterback Johnny Manziel.
Oh, that's
a character,
so,
man.
I was going to use another term other than personality for Johnny Manziel. At times, he was a little bit of a moron, but he was good at football. He's a Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
He was a first-round draft pick, so that's definitely a solid.
Number 17 to me is a little questionable. Broadcaster Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk Herbstreit, he's just a good broadcaster, but
Yeah.
he's nothing special.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
to me, he's knowledgeable. He is the face now that Lee Corso's retired, the face of College Game Day. I think when you think College Game Day, you think Kirk
He's been there
Herbstreit.
longer than anyone.
Yeah, and so, but he there's nothing that really stands out in a exciting way outside of just his knowledge for the game.
Number 16, Florida State coach Bobby Bowden.
Oh, man.
Boys will be boys. Remember that quote?
All I got to say is that we bring you into your dadgum segment with a Bobby Bowden line.
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
Yeah, think about this. Had they had a really good field goal kicker, how many national championships would Florida State have won? Wide right, wide
1,
left.
2, and 3.
I mean, they had, I think, 3, maybe 4 misses that would have beat Miami. Had they won those games, probably playing for a national
Yes.
championship, even if they win half of them.
You're right.
I mean, yeah, Bobby Bowden, what a tremendous program. What was it? 14 straight years ranked in the top 4.
Yeah.
That will never happen
That's
again.
unreal.
That'll never happen again. Number 15, Miami wide receiver Michael Irvin.
He's a nut. Now he's a nut.
How do you have him better than Deion Sanders? No way.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now, number 14, this was a good one. Oklahoma coach Barry Switzer. Barry Switzer didn't care that people knew that he was buying players. He didn't really deny it. He just said, this is Oklahoma.
Yeah, we do things
things
different
that
here.
do at Oklahoma. He made Oklahoma one of the powerhouse programs the whole time he was there.
He was, I believe, the inspiration for the movie Friday Night Lights. Head coach Bud Kilmer. I think he was the inspiration for that role.
Barry Switzer was a character. Georgia
So,
mascot.
time out. You said Barry Switzer. The boss has to be on here too. Come on.
He is.
Okay. All right. Good.
Okay. Georgia mascot Uga.
Get out of the mascots for me. You're reaching too far when you're throwing
I'm right
mascots.
there with you. Here's a good one. Alabama coach Bear Bryant.
Oh man,
the Bear.
The Bear. That's right. He set a standard in college football of the likes that we had not seen until he existed. Of course, you mentioned Newt Rockne, and that was the infancy stage of college football with Newt Rockne. Bear Bryant created a dynasty. You look at his time at Texas A&M, and then going over to Alabama. I mean,
he was at Kentucky and Maryland prior to that.
So this guy, it didn't matter where he was coaching at. He was going to create a dynasty. He just happened to land at Alabama and did that.
You know, when he was at Kentucky, he knew he was at the wrong school when he won a conference championship and they gave him a watch. Adolph Rupp won a championship. They gave him a Cadillac. He knew he was at the wrong school when he
just
saw
think
that.
Kentucky, what could have been.
Absolutely. Broadcaster Brent Musburger, you're looking live. I love Brent Musburger. I love that guy. I did.
Yeah, he is one of the all-time greats to ever call a football game. And I'll say this, doing what we do, I look up to those people and I try to learn from those people. One thing I definitely don't ever try to do is emulate them because you can't copy greatness.
You know, he did that Hale Flutie, the one that beat Miami. He was on the call. Him and Eric Parsegian were doing that game together. That was a Friday after Thanksgiving game. I'll never forget that. Number 10, Florida quarterback Tim Tebow.
And you want to talk about a personality, he does a whole lot of good.
Oh, my God. That guy is nothing but good.
He is, for lack of a better term, he's a saint, man. I tell you what.
I'll never forget. I think I've told you this story before. I was at SEC football media days when Clay Travis asked him point blank, "Are you still a virgin?"
Yeah, that's right.
I was there. That was awkward.
Yeah.
I was so uncomfortable because I was right there when that happened. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9, Alabama coach Nick Saban.
Can anybody pick me up? Can you guys hear me?
We hear you.
Listen, just real quick.
Intruder alert.
The only guy I know
here
is an Ohio State fan that would complain about a duck being the top 25. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, did you hear Mike Turner talk about you earlier in the show?
I did not. Whatever he said was a lie. So
he said you were the nicest guy of all time.
Exactly. What did I just say? What did I just say? Anyways, this Ohio State stuff, the kids can't listen. I heard him melt when you said the Big Ten on CBS. He just started melting in his chair.
Yeah.
And Vern, buddy, worst in college football history.
When Vern was young, he was pretty good.
What a bold take from Stephen Shelton, who again just completely intruded on the show here.
He just proved what Coach Turner said about him.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, number 9, Alabama coach Nick Saban. What's your opinion about
Nick Saban? One thing that
greatest coach of all time, in your opinion?
I think it's hard to argue that he's not. It's more difficult for me to argue that he's not the greatest than it is that he's the greatest.
So the reason I asked that is the guy that's number 8, coach / broadcaster Lou Holtz.
I
love Lou Holtz. On the what was the show at the end of the night? You know, the
college football final.
College football final. Him and Mark May. That was an awesome show back then.
For me, there's not a debate between Nick Saban and Lou Holtz because look at the amount of national titles Nick Saban won. Now, as far as personalities,
but they're using broadcaster to prop up Lou Holtz.
As far as personalities, Lou Holtz was a motivational.
And that's
speaker.
what this is. It's a personality thing.
So you're asking me in terms of that. I would give Coach Holtz the nod. I'm okay with that.
Okay, number 7.
Because Nick Saban, when the word personality doesn't really fly out at you when you listen to the man talk.
He was hilarious.
Pretty
some
dry
of his press
at times.
conferences.
He's done better. He's done so much better.
Florida coach Steve Spurrier is number 7.
Now that I'm hearing this order, I'm on board. I like that.
Okay. Here, these last
We've
6.
talked about Steve Spurrier enough this week on the show.
These last 6 are quality, man. Broadcaster Paul Feinbaum.
So we carry Paul Feinbaum on ESPN Cleveland 1013, and I'll say this: he definitely belongs on this list because he is the Jerry Springer.
He is the Jerry Springer
football.
of college football, and his callers, my goodness. We won't go down that road much further.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5, Oklahoma linebacker Brian Bosworth. The Boz.
Yep.
Awesome. He was a great college football
And he's still
player.
in the Dr. Pepper commercials.
Yes, yes. I love it. He plays, I guess, a sheriff or something.
It's funny, though, if you show his picture to kids that follow football, they still know who he is.
Yeah.
That says enough for me right there.
And he was a tremendous college football player. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Broadcaster Keith Jackson. Oh, let me tell you about Keith Jackson.
Nelly.
Oh, Nelly.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I can't recall what year it was, but he had came on and done his last partial broadcast at the Rose Bowl, and you could tell that some of the dementia had already kicked in with him at that point. And but being able to hear his voice, that was a treat. But it was also such a sad moment seeing a guy that I grew up hearing.
Well, it's kind of like watching Corso for all those last 3 or 4 years after he had a stroke, you know.
And we're all going to be washed up at some point.
I know.
I'll be done at some point. But that was heartbreaking once he was no longer.
You know what? One of the things he's famous for. He's the one that coined the phrase "the big house." He coined the phrase "the big house." That's Michigan has adopted that too. Number 3, Coach Mike Leach, the Pirate.
Oh man, and talk about a guy who's gone too soon.
Oh my gosh, way too soon.
Mike Leach, even though Jim Gum throws shade at him.
I just said I don't think he's a Hall of Fame coach, but he's a Hall of Fame human. Okay, he was a great personality. Not everyone on this list is in the Hall of Fame.
And Hall of Famer.
He will. He's not yet, but he will.
He will be.
All right, number 2. Now you may be too young to remember this guy, broadcaster/sportscaster Beano Cook. Do you remember Beano Cook?
So I've heard Beano before, but that was before my time.
Yeah, him and Tim Brando together, and some of the other things he used to do. He was Lee Corso before Lee Corso, and number 1. Lee Corso.
Yeah.
Number 1, greatest personality in the history of college football. I can't argue that.
The headgear picks alone
was awesome.
Gives him that number 1 spot. But you talk about a good human being, Lee Corso. It's still sad to me that he's not a part of game day anymore. But
he just had his 92nd birthday last week.
That's so wild. That's unreal.
Yeah.
He will always be a part of my Saturday game days. Just remembered some of the great things he did on that broadcast.
No question about that. All right. I tell you what, let's go ahead and take a break. I want to talk about this right here. This is the 10 United States, or states in the United States producing the most 2026 NFL talent. And we'll get to that when we come back for break. You're listening to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
The Drive will be back after a quick timeout. Stay tuned for more nonstop sports talk on The Drive, presented by Hardee's.
A most elevated experience has arrived at Hardee's. Prime rib, tender succulent prime rib, bathed in au jus, placed upon char-broiled Angus beef. The new prime rib experience with a burger exuding fancy flavor at a not-so-fancy price. Just $5.99 for My Rewards members on the app for a limited time. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
Did you twist an ankle? Hurt your shoulder? Or maybe that weekend project left you with more than sore muscles? Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is here to help. Our urgent ortho walk-in clinic in Cleveland is open Monday through Saturday, treating sprains, strains, fractures, and more. No appointment needed. There's no need to drive to Chattanooga for expert orthopedic care. Call, schedule online, or walk in today and get back to moving pain-free. Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. The Center for expert care right when you need it.
Cleveland Exteriors has a brand new showroom at their new location to better serve the Cleveland-Bradley County area on Highway 64. ClevelandExteriors.com.
Buckner and Feig Funeral Home and Cremation has reopened under the leadership of Ralph Buckner Jr., renewing commitment to affordable, dignified care. Buckner and Feig Funeral Home and Cremation is here to provide the families of Cleveland and Bradley County with the most affordable, compassionate, and dignified funeral services available, restoring trust, strengthening community ties, and setting a new standard for affordability without compromising dignity. Visit BucknerFeig.com.
Honda of Cleveland is giving away a brand new 2027 Honda Civic to a deserving coach this year. From Pee Wee League to the college level, all athletic coaches are eligible. Each month, we will choose a coach for that month, and at the end of the year, the 12 finalists will gather to be celebrated and see who wins that brand new 2027 Honda Civic from Honda of Cleveland. Nominate your favorite coach at mymix1041.com.
Cityscope Magazine. Beautiful, engaging, uplifting, inspiring. It's that time to relax and enjoy your day. Featuring businesses, sports, entertainment, the arts, homes, fashion, food, and more. Experience the beauty of stunning photography. Enjoy the stories of local men and women, the success of coworkers and friends. Cityscope Magazine. It's that time to relax. It's sure to make your day. See us online or subscribe at cityscopemag.com. Cityscopemag.com. Cityscope Magazine. It's that time to relax and enjoy your day.
Not all composite decking is the same. Enjoy life's beautiful moments on an equally beautiful composite deck. Envision's products feature deep, non-repeating grains and distinct colors throughout each pour, offering a truly unique appearance unlike anything else on the market. Learn more and find inspiration for your project at Cleveland Plywood. Cleveland Plywood Company, 2700 20th Street Northeast in Cleveland.
Check your wallet. Empty? Check your bills. Overdue? Check your stress level. Maxed? Now, check into cash. Check into Cash is your one-stop money shop, and we've got everything you need. Payday loans and flex line of credit options? Check. If you're approved, leave with cash in hand? Check. Quick in-store services like money orders and wire transfers? Oh yeah, check. And yes, we cash checks, all kinds, fast. Check that off your list. Visit checkintocash.com or check into a store to get started. We have locations in the Chattanooga area, including Cleveland and Athens. Check in, cash out, and get on with life. Check into Cash. We fund today to make a better tomorrow. Subject to state regulations, eligibility, credit check, underwriting, and approval. Rates, restrictions, and fees apply. Visit a store for details.
At Polk Physical Therapy, we're bringing innovative treatments and technology to our community that you won't find just anywhere. We're locally owned, not corporate physical therapy, which means your care is personal. Polk Physical Therapy, advanced care right here at home. PolkPT.com.
Hey y'all, this is Alfonso, General Manager over at Crown Cleveland. Please visit us online to see our entire used car inventory, all different makes and models, all different budget levels. Please give us an opportunity. Google Crown Cleveland.
Welcome back to The Drive, presented by Hardee's. Join the conversation. Text 423-749-1013. You can also listen anywhere on our website, ESPNCleveland1013.com.
Mayfield Dairy Chocolate Milk is a great recovery drink for athletes or anyone who exercises, rich in calcium and vitamin D. Get Mayfield's famous chocolate milk at numerous locations in our area. Find out more at mayfielddairy.com, and I'd give anything for chocolate milk this very second.
That's funny you say that, because I was geared up to ask you, do you think you could chug a gallon of milk right now out in this heat?
It would take me about 2.5 minutes.
And you would get sick as a dog.
And it'd be worth it because I'm miserable.
Oh, yeah, it is definitely
The sun is
out.
setting right in our faces right now, man.
No doubt about it. Hey, since we're talking Mayfield, with that, of course, Mayfield Dairy, exclusive sponsor of all things Atlanta Braves here on The Drive. Got to talk about the Braves today. They finally get back into the win column with a 2-0 win over the Chicago White Sox. Grant Holmes got the win. As a matter of fact, Grant was able to go 6 innings, only allowed 1 hit, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, no runs, of course. And then this is something that Braves fans have become accustomed to seeing, Jim. Didier Fuentes, Dylan Lee, and Raciel Iglesias, 1, 2, 3 to end the game. 7th, 8th, 9th, hold, save.
Yep.
Those guys do their job, and just to think, you're about to get Robert Suarez back as well.
Yeah, so they get him back, and that pitching staff at the back end is looking stronger and stronger. And if you can get Lopez back, if he's able to come back 100%, you're going to be set up pretty good for the postseason. And that's what it's all about. You got to have that starting pitching and relief pitching. And you don't have to score 5, 6 runs a game. You score 3, you might win some games.
That's right. And you know who's still hitting the baseball for the Braves, and this is nice
Baldwin?
to see? Austin Riley.
Okay.
2 hits on the day. And then Michael Harris, Ozzie Albies each had hits. But the story, Mauricio Dubon, this guy's been an absolute gift to the Atlanta Braves. 3 hits for him, and without him, I tell you what, this Braves team, you take more than a handful of games that they've won without his offensive production and his glove defensively. He's probably, his WAR, I imagine, is pretty high up there.
Yeah, and aren't they going to Milwaukee next? Is that where they're going?
Yeah, so this is, after this game today, they're immediately getting on the jet, flying to Milwaukee for 2, then flying to Williamsport
for the Little League
to play the Brewers. So they're both leaving Milwaukee to go to Williamsport, Pennsylvania for the Little League Classic.
And that's on Sunday, correct?
Yes,
yeah.
I believe so.
It's either Saturday. I think it's Sunday, but
Jim, I've sweated all over my notes. I don't know. I can't tell you what day it is.
Okay, so we teased this. The NFL released this.
Okay.
The 10 U.S. states producing the most 2026 NFL football players. So I want to see how many states you can list as far as the top 10 as far as producing NFL talent.
I think I can do pretty good at this. So as far as producing NFL talent, I'm going to go ahead and start with the state of Florida.
They're number 3.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and go to the state of California.
They're number 1.
And so now I'm going to go to the state of Georgia.
They're number 4.
So I'm missing the number 2, right? That's of the first 3 that I've named. I've missed number 2. Okay, so let's go to the state of Louisiana.
Louisiana is number 6.
Okay. And now I'm going to go to the state of Texas. I can't believe
Texas is number 2.
I waited till 5 to get Texas. Yeah. Okay, so I've got my first 5.
You've got 5 so far. You've got number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6.
Okay, so I'm going to now venture to the state of Oklahoma.
No, sir.
Not in the top 10, really.
Nope.
Okay. Let's go to the state of, this is where I might start getting a little cooler. Let's go to the state of Ohio.
Yeah, they're number 5.
OH.
IO.
There you go, dadgum.
All right, so now we've got the first 6 in order: California, Texas, Florida, Georgia, Ohio, Louisiana. Now we need states 7, 8, 9, and 10.
So I'm going to start with the state of Pennsylvania.
They're number 9.
In the state of Michigan.
They're number 10.
Okay, so what am I missing?
Number 7 and number 8.
Jacob Mason would be so proud of me right now. So you said 7 and...
7 and 8. And let me tell you this. Okay. Neither of those 2 states, they produce a lot of talent. Neither one has what I'd call a football power in the state.
Okay, I'm going to go to the state of New York.
No.
Okay, let's try... Yeah, see, this is where it does get a little tricky.
Okay, think basketball for one of these states.
Okay, I'm going to say, I don't want to say Kansas.
No.
Because that doesn't line up. Kentucky?
Nope.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
There we go.
North Carolina's number 7.
You gave me a hint.
The other one is a Midwestern state.
So Midwest, let's say Nebraska.
Nope.
Okay, and I've already said Kansas, Oklahoma. What about, can I have Iowa?
No, but the letter I is correct.
Illinois. Okay. The greater Chicago area is very thick.
Chicago produces a lot of football talent. They just go elsewhere to play.
So I told you I thought I'd do okay on that.
So in order, it's California. And look at these numbers. California, Texas, Florida, Georgia. Look at the drop-off between Georgia and Ohio. Look at the drop-off there.
And again, this list is the 10 U.S. states producing the most 2026 NFL players.
California, Texas, Florida, Georgia, Ohio, Louisiana, North Carolina, Illinois, Pennsylvania, and Michigan in that order. But the top 4 way out in front of the rest of them.
Yes, I feel like I did pretty good, so much so that someone should bring me a popsicle.
Once they got it here, it'd be melted, though.
Or a Kona Ice. I think there's a truck over here somewhere.
Absolutely, man, absolutely.
Pull me off.
All right, so, Andy, we've got about 15 minutes left in the show. So the reason we're out here, obviously, is, oh, by the way, we got to get those footballs, those cheerleaders.
That's right.
Don't let me forget that.
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll do that.
But anyway, so, hey, I'm going to call them over here. Nah, they didn't see me.
It's the glare, Jim. I'm telling you, it's the glare. We'll get them to them.
Yeah, we'll get them to her here in a minute. Anyway, so we're out here. We got Walker Valley hosting Cleveland. And is it 3-2 in the last 5 years?
Yeah, so in the last 5 years, Walker Valley's won, Cleveland has won 3.
Three of the last 5.
Look, I already did it. I said Walker Valley instead of Cleveland's won 3 of those 5 matchups, Walker Valley winning last year's most recent game. And so I think this is becoming more of a competitive series in the Drew Akins era. But
there's no question about that.
With that, I will say the Chris Brown era is just starting. This is year 2 for him. I think we're going to have a lot of quality football between these 2 programs for the foreseeable future.
Absolutely, no question about that. I'm excited about being here, man. Listen, you can see the pageantry.
Yes.
I love that word. You know, it's something, when you talk about NFL, you never use the word pageantry.
Yeah.
Pageantry is used for college football and high school football because you got the school spirit, you got the cheerleaders, you got the bands.
I think there's a couple of places in the NFL that you could justify, like maybe the Buffalo Bills or the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys.
The Mafia.
Yeah. So
the Bills Mafia.
Yes. You have some of those
Is there pageantry associated with the Bills Mafia? When they're jumping on tables?
We can either call it pageantry or stupidity.
Stupidity. Either one. They're passionate, though, right? They're passionate. Yeah.
So I think that it's safe to say that there's nothing like high school football Friday night, or in this case.
This is my neighbor. She gave me a hug.
Okay.
She's a Cleveland cheerleader.
I know a couple of these young ladies. But yeah, there's nothing like high school football, in this case a Thursday night, typically on a Friday night. So don't even get me started on trying to play college games on Friday night. That belongs to high school in my mind. But you use the term pageantry, and we're seeing everybody walk into the stadium. We're right here at the main entrance at Walker Valley, and we see the Cleveland cheerleaders coming in. Just moments ago, the Walker Valley cheerleaders came in, and everyone walking with them that aren't cheerleaders, they've got their colors on.
Oh, yeah.
High school sports in our area, specifically high school football, it has so much passion behind it, and it's really great for us that we have an opportunity to be a small part of it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. You know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping to see someone come in with face paint, because in about an hour and a half,
just wait till the student bodies.
That face paint will be dripping down on their shirt.
Just wait till the student bodies get here.
Oh, my gosh.
I can almost promise you there's going to be some people head to toe with some blue and white and some navy and gold paint on them. There's no doubt.
Man. I love it. Hey, do you think Walker Valley's wearing the powder blues tonight?
So I believe they actually released on social media earlier today. Walker Valley's wearing the white helmet, the navy top, and the white bottoms. They're going traditional look.
Okay. I was curious.
Hey, to kick things off, the business as usual. I like that Cleveland wearing their all whites. I'm all here for it.
Yep.
I'm all for it. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take. What do you say? This is probably our final break before we go out of the show. And, of course, we're going to be getting into all our pregame coverage. We're going to fill you in on that when we come back here on The Drive on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
The Drive will be back after a quick timeout. Stay tuned for more nonstop sports talk on The Drive, presented by Hardee's.
Your home for 24-hour sports coverage in the Tennessee Valley. ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
It's time for a Don Ledford of Cleveland traffic update on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Don Ledford Chevrolet GMC, located on North Lee Highway in Cleveland. Or visit donledford.com for details. Don Ledford, where we say yes. It's on-time traffic with Commander Chuck.
Good afternoon. Trying to clear up this Rankin Lookout Valley 24 eastbound near Cummings Highway. It was involving a truck. Hit the guardrail pretty good. It backed it up now on 24 east to the 59. Split. It's struggling through Lookout Valley. It continues to run a little bit heavy at times. Northbound 75 starting up over White Oak Mountain. Headed up towards Cleveland. If you get locked out of your house or car, it's okay. Call Rick's Line in Key in Chattanooga 892-1700. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
From the Alon Planning Partners Weather Center.
Your financial future deserves a clear forecast. Call Alon Planning Partners today.
Visit them online at alonplanning.com or give them a call at 423-315-1441. Here's your forecast on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
Good Thursday to you, Tennessee Valley. We are monitoring a few showers and storms to our northwest that could clip our northern areas later this morning, but most will stay rain-free. During the early afternoon, we'll climb into the mid-90s with the heat index as high as 105. Then after 4 p.m., we'll have a better chance of showers and storms, some of which could be on the strong side through this evening before things die down tonight. For the latest, be sure to download the Local 3 weather app
free for iPhone and Android. I'm Chief Meteorologist David Karn.
Good morning. This is your Hardee's 2 for breakfast mix and match alarm. We've got fluffy eggs and sausage on a made-from-scratch biscuit ready, or perhaps biscuit and gravy. Ooh, maybe a sweet cinnamon roll. Wake up and smell that sweet deal. Mix and match any two for just $5 for a limited time, only at Hardee's. Don't snooze on the app. Snag juicy deals, order ahead, and get to work on time. Maybe. Exclusive app offers for registered My Rewards members only. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Did you twist an ankle? Hurt your shoulder? Or maybe that weekend project left you with more than sore muscles? Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is here to help. Our urgent ortho walk-in clinic in Cleveland is open Monday through Saturday, treating sprains, strains, fractures, and more. No appointment needed. There's no need to drive to Chattanooga for expert orthopedic care. Call, schedule online, or walk in today and get back to moving pain-free. Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. The Center for expert care right when you need it.
Need cash? Check. Behind on bills? Check. Unexpected car repair, broken appliance, surprise vet bill. Check, check, and check. Time to check into Cash, your one-stop money shop. Check all the boxes, all in one place. From payday loans to flex lines of credit, we've got solutions that move with you. The process is simple, quick, and designed to get you the help you need fast. If you've been approved, you can leave with cash in hand. Check Into Cash also offers check cashing, money orders, and wire transfers, all in one place. Check your worries at the door and check into a store to apply. We have stores in the Chattanooga area, including Cleveland and Athens, or visit checkintocash.com to get started today. Check Into Cash. We fund today to make a better tomorrow. Subject to state regulations, eligibility, credit check, underwriting, and approval. Rates, restrictions, and fees apply. Visit a store for details.
Welcome back to The Drive, presented by Hardee's. Join the conversation. Text 423-749-1013. You can also listen anywhere on our website, ESPNCleveland1013.com.
Well, welcome back to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Hope everyone out there is having a good Thursday. We're broadcasting live from Walker Valley High School. And, Andy, we have a special guest right here with us.
We do. And first of all, I just want to talk about how awesome Anthony Boyd is to Cleveland Ford, because he just brought me an ice-cold Coca-Cola, cooling us off out here. But he just informed us that at halftime tonight, Cleveland Ford is sponsoring a halftime kick. Anthony, thanks for taking the time out of your evening to join the drive here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. If you could talk about what's going on tonight at halftime.
So Cleveland Ford is a big sponsor of Cleveland High School and Walker Valley both. And tonight we're doing a $500 field goal kick. And surprisingly enough, you know, I asked the principal and Mike Turner to pick somebody. Well, guess who they picked? They picked the head soccer coach.
That's a great pick.
It looks like we're probably going to be selling out 500 tonight. 250 is going to go to the coach, and 250 is going to go to the touchdown club.
I like it.
And if he misses it, he'll never live it down, man.
Well, if he misses it, he's probably going to get booed out of the stadium.
I was going to ask you, if he misses it, does the money go to Cleveland? Is that how that works?
How it needs to work.
You know,
that's how it
a
needs to
good
work.
idea. We could probably do that next game.
Talk about putting the pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
that's a great idea.
It
We might be able to pull that off tonight.
Hey, by the way, we just broadcast over the whole county heard that. So now it's either do it or don't. You know, we'll see how that works out.
How about y'all start getting some votes going on the radio? If you start seeing some comments and stuff generated, we might pull that off.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, so I want to ask you, do you know which soccer coach it is? Is it the boys soccer coach, the girls soccer coach? While Anthony gets that information out, because I want to pump this up. I know both these gentlemen pretty well.
His name is Ethan Taylor.
Okay, so now the pressure's really on.
Oh, yeah.
Ethan Taylor, good friend of mine, former Walker Valley. Yeah, I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this, Anthony.
Okay.
Ethan Taylor, former Walker Valley football kicker.
Oh,
so
my
I'm just
gosh.
throwing that out there.
So he actually kicked footballs. He actually kicked footballs too.
Well, it sounds like it's a lock. But I like your idea. If he misses it, the money goes to Cleveland.
Yeah. Hey,
that's a great idea.
Ethan's my friend, so I can tell him that I came up with the idea. The pressure is on him. What?
Hey, Steve, you showed up late, so I ain't 0. Sorry. He brought one for me.
Double barrel. of course.
And I tell you what, Anthony, everything that Cleveland Ford continues to do here in community, specific our school system, both our school systems, we were able to highlight that last Thursday night at the middle school mixed TV game. And if you could just kind of talk about some of the things that Cleveland Ford has done for a lot, just out, not even just Bradley County, Cleveland City, but outside in this area as well.
Well, not just the school systems, but you see my hat. It says Jesus Won on it. It's Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We're a big supporter of them, too. Matt Moore has been tremendous in this area.
Great guy.
Love that guy. And the only reason that I met him was at a Bradley wrestling match. He had an FCA hat on. I'd have probably never met the guy that soon if I didn't see his hat on. So we're a huge supporter of them, huge supporter of Isaiah House. I'm wearing the wristband on that.
That's right.
There's a lot of things that we contribute to for the community.
Well, you do stuff like you associate yourself with FCA and that Isaiah House. Listen, that's good stuff there, because their purpose to help people and to spread the word of Jesus in this county for sure.
Yep. So Anthony, I do want to ask you. So far, I know it's early. The gates just opened. People are already filing in here. This is going to be your first experience at a Cleveland Walker Valley game. So far, what do you think?
It's going to be any Cleveland game. I've never been to a football game in this whole area. And just going to the middle school game last week, there was just as many people at that middle school game, and it's in some of the other football towns I've been in. I can't imagine what it's going to look like tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, man. We're so appreciative of you guys stepping up and doing something like this, because it's for a good cause, man, for sure.
Yeah, and Anthony, I know last year when you got in town, you made it to a few wrestling matches as well, and you were bragging about the environment. Really, across the board, it doesn't matter what the sport is. Our community does a great job coming out and supporting our student athletes, just like Cleveland Ford.
I could see that when I was pulling in.
That's right.
I kept saying I'm with Mix 104.1 and Cleveland Ford, and they just said keep going. So I'm over here next to you guys.
There you go.
They kept motioning you like Steve Hartline all the way out the back gate.
I didn't say Steve Hartliner. They'd have probably run me out of here.
That's
yeah.
Right. Well, good stuff,
Absolutely,
man. Anthony, we appreciate everything that you do, and definitely look forward to having you on with us again, because, first of all, this halftime kick, great idea. We've built it up. We're going to continue to build it up, because now that I know that it's Ethan Taylor, the pressure's on, baby. He's got to drill.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and guess what? We're going to be doing it at Cleveland at the first home game, too.
I love it, man.
We might even have Al Morris try to kick a halftime field goal.
That's a pulled hamstring if I ever heard it.
Now I'm for sure on board, no doubt about it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hey, Al will say he could do a lot of things kicking, not one of them.
There you go.
Not one of them. But
well, thank you guys for having me. I hope y'all enjoy the game, and it should be a really good environment tonight.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate your time, man.
Once again, Anthony Boyd, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. Always good to have him on with us. And Jim, we're minutes away from the 6 o'clock hour. It's 5:58 here.
Yeah, we get to move out of this heat up into that nice, cool press box.
That's it.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Mike Turner got it ready for us or not. But so again, I want to remind all of our listeners, you can catch tonight's game on mixtv.tv, the live streaming video broadcast. And if you want to listen to the Walker Valley call, Jim Gum along with Cooper Roundtree on ESPN Cleveland 101.3, also Cleveland's Oldies 99.1. And then if you want to listen to the Cleveland broadcast, you'll be able to listen to me filling in for Terry Evans, sitting alongside Greg Phillips on Mix 104.1. I'm excited to call this game. I'm seeing everybody come in, and I'm starting to get the itch.
I'm
Jim.
ready, man. Let's go up there and get that thing kicked off.
Once again, you've been listening to The Drive on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Have a great and cool Thursday night, everybody.
Cleveland Tire Center is celebrating their 50th anniversary with big savings all this month on